if you say a word that wasn't pronounced right, or if you used a word that wasn't in the correct context. So become attractive even vocally, visually, and now vocally. The other idea that we want to talk about as far as vocal is we want to talk about pausing. Pauses are incredibly impactful. When we get nervous, we start to feel like we have to fill up all the space. So we go, So I went to school at Career College, California, and I was in the medical billing and coding for an office. Yeah, I completed that. Is this person somebody who you are really feeling is going to knock that interview out of the park? No. Oh, and if anything, you're like, oh, train wreck. I'm going to give them a hug. Oh, okay. But you know what? We've all been that train wreck. I've been that train wreck. It's terrible. But I did that because we have a tendency to feel like if we're not speaking, it's a terrible thing because we're thinking that 85 minutes just passed. And in fact, it was probably only 5 seconds. When you're breathing from your diaphragm, when you're understanding that you can be calm and you're visually in a power pose, you vocally don't have to fill up space with unnecessary words or booms, ahs, ers, us, because they diminish your message. I would like to try, if we have one very valiant volunteer, to do a small exercise. What I'm going to have Ivy do is I'm going to have Ivy share with me. I want to learn a little bit more about you because I just saw you yesterday. So I'm going to let her know there's just 3 things that I would like for her to answer, but I want her to share with all of us. So don't necessarily direct to me, direct to them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm getting to know you better.
Okay, can I practice a little bit with
No,
my
only for the amount of time until I'm done telling them how this is going to work.
Okay.
Okay. Ivy has to have a strong will, and I think she will, because what I'm going to do is if Ivy puts in any what we call filler words, I'm going to ring the bell. Ivy's going to have to try to get through what she's going to share with all of us, regardless of how many times the bell is being rung. Once she's done, we're going to go ahead and attempt it again differently. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so Ivy.
Okay, again. When you click
you're going to try to ignore the bell. You might not be able to. I'm going to ring it if I hear any type of filler word. So if it's going to be an if it's just a I'd have to maybe be like but I'm going to ring the bell. You're going to still try to finish sharing with all of us.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to talk about why I'm doing that. Ivy, what I would love to know about you and what you're going to share with this group is I want to know what program you're in here at the Career College in California. I want to know where you want to work afterwards. And then lastly, I'm really interested to know what's a really favorite food that you love to eat too much of during the holidays. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I take it. Okay. I'm in business office administration, and I like to be working in a big office with a lot of people, and then I want to be helping them with all my knowledge that I have, because I told you before that I am computer programs, and I love Excel, all kind of programs, and my favorite food in the holidays is vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody give Ivy a round of applause. Ivy, believe it or not, didn't have a lot of filler words, did she? No. But what happened?
She corrected herself and hit the bell.
Even before that, one of the first things that came out of her mouth was what? That is not a powerful vocal utterance. We want to try to diminish those, because when we have this opportunity, we want to have as attractive and as confident of a demeanor as possible. Ivy, I'm going to have you try this again, and if you find that you are looking for your word, if you're not sure what you're going to say, I just want you to stop and be quiet. Just take a pause. Okay? So if you feel any need where you think you're going to start going, I just want you to stop yourself and be quiet until you know what you want to say, and then say it to us.
Business office administration is my career. That's what I study at this Orange. That's what I study at Career College of California. I would like to let you know that I would like to work in a big office as computer science, doing projects. Especially, I am interested to do a database. And also, I would like to let you know that my favorite food is anything made with vegetables. Thank you very much.
First of all, anybody, wait, Ivy, don't go down yet. Anybody would like to share, did you notice anything different between the first and the second time that she presented?
Slower, and she thought took her time to think. Posture.
Okay, here's some slowers. I heard took time, posture. What was I hearing back here?
She was thinking
Thought about what she was saying before she said it. Anybody else with something different?
And you should look.
Did I heard confidence, and did somebody say she looked better? So what do you mean by that? What does she look better?
Yeah.
More put together, more professional, more confident. It was more sexy, wasn't it? I was actually hanging on Ivy's words. I wanted her to finish. Ivy, how did you feel between the first and the second time? Did you notice a difference?
A huge difference, I feel. That's what I feel, because the first time I was like, what are you going to say? But when you told me that I can take a little pause, even my words wasn't complete maybe, but I think I feel more confidence.
Oh, wonderful. One last round of applause for Ivy. I'm hoping that really helped and offered an aha moment. We have the opportunity to take a pause, to take a breath from our diaphragm, think about what we're going to say before we say it. Did any of you get frustrated because Ivy took a moment to think about what she said? And in fact, I didn't time her, but she probably talked for less amount of time the second time than the first time because she didn't have, what do we call them? Filler words. That's a part of vocal. If we look to our sheet, we have volume. Speak blank, then you feel comfortable. Does anybody think they have the word for that one? Speak blank.
Louder.
Louder, then you feel comfortable. Absolutely. For the second bullet point under volume, vary your volume from whispers to shouts. When we say shouts, I do not mean use your stadium, football, Super Bowl shouting voice, but this could be considered shouting on the scale of 1 to 10 to make sure that my lovely folks in the back are still interacted with and engaged. So vary your volume from whispers to shouts to make your presentation blank. Anybody want to take a guess on that word?
Clear?
Powerful.
More interesting.
Really great synonyms. We have dynamic. More powerful works as well. More dynamic or more powerful. Let's look at our bullet points under pausing. Replace filler words with a blank pause.